In this video, we're going to take a look at the reuse and change reuse commands inside of Autodesk Inventor's frame-generated environment. Here with the frame generator change reuse IAM from our working files directory, I'll go to my design tab, and the commands we're going to look at are these two here, the reuse and change reuse. What I currently have in this design are members that I might identify as quantity 2 or quantity 3 of something. If you just simply place in your members on each individual stick, it creates individual IPTs for all of those. So you don't really get the idea of different quantities unless you perform a part number rollup in your parts list. So in order to alleviate creating additional files and to be able to say, this file is exactly the same as this one, let's do a multiple quantity on it, Autodesk introduced the reuse command inside of Inventor 2015. Now, when I look at this, I can definitely say that this member down here that's on the outside could technically be the same as their other ones on the left-hand side of this frame. What I'm going to do is delete those, and you can do that pretty easily. You just expand your node here for the change reuse frame. You find that member. This one is member 3 here. Right-click and choose Delete with Frame Generator, and that gets rid of it. Let's find the one on top. That's number 7. Delete that one. Now, before you consider starting to use the command here to reuse your members, also keep in mind that if you perform an end treatment on one of your quantities, it's going to automatically adjust an end treatment on another quantity. So you really need to be clear that whatever you're going to reuse will not adjust its end treatments down the road to be different than its other quantities. So let me choose the reuse command, and I would like to use this top member as my source. Now that it is selected, I can pick the other side of this, and you can see it's giving me a preview of it going in there. The preview that you get will not show end treatments. So let's hope we get lucky here and rotate this. What I'm hoping is going to happen is my end treatments will be the same on this member. Choose OK. And it looks like the end treatment down here at the beginning is fine, but down here the miter is actually reversed. So what I'm going to have to do is the change reuse command, pick on that member, and adjust its orientation. Here I'm going to rotate it 0 degrees, total rotation value. You're going to have to play with these settings to get it just right, and let's see what that looks like. Better. I have that miter on that side now. Now, how do I get this to miter to this one? Well, if I choose the miter option, here I'll pick this member, and I'll just miter to one side. I'll choose OK. And you can see that miter in just fine. Let's grab the reuse command again, and we'll do this to the bottom one. Here I'll pick near the end of this, and it does matter if you pick on the left-hand side or the right-hand side, it will turn it around and rotate it on you. You can also come in here and adjust the orientation as you're going through this. For now, I'll apply this, and hopefully we get lucky. Choose Cancel to get out of there, and we'll zoom in and take a look. Well, that's correct there. Really nothing has changed on this one. Very good. We'll do another reuse. This time I'll grab this outer member, and we're going to place this going around in the 4 different locations total. Make sure I get the right orientation there. That one worked out well. This one over here did not. So I will hold down Shift to deselect it. Maybe if I pick the top, I'll get luckier. How about that? Let's see what we did there. Still not right. It's on the inside of it. So I'll simply deselect that and do it as a separate operation. Apply. Go over here and grab this one and pick a different orientation there and apply. Next, I'll grab this member out here. So I need to deselect my source, pick a new one. Notice this one does not have its feet extended yet. We'll fix that later. For now, I'll just put that down here on this other end, on this member here, and this member here. Now let's see if they're all going in the way we want. Not quite. I'll do these two as separate operations. and just apply that one for now. Now I'll drop this one in and adjust his orientation to where I want it. Same thing over here. Again, I didn't get too lucky on that one. I picked the top, still not working out. So I'll do that as a separate operation as well. There we go. If I fix the first one for an end treatment, it will automatically adjust the other three. So here I'll do a trim extend of this member. See how it selected all of them to that top face there, and apply. Close that out. Let's look what happened to these. It looks like this one over here on the back left side worked out just fine. However, these two were not oriented correctly, and there was no way to see that until that end treatment took place. So how do I fix these two? Well, I'll grab the change reuse command, pick this member, and just do a reverse member direction. Choose apply. We'll just cancel out of there to see the result quick. Now that I rotated that with the 180, you can see it's now oriented on the member the wrong way. So I'll use change reuse again, and this time adjust the correct orientation that I want to have for this. There we go. Let's do the same thing to this. Do the 180 flip on that and apply that. And it looks like it's still sitting in a good position. Now, if you want extra practice at this, feel free to go through here and adjust the top member to be reused down here and the angle iron to be utilized in the different supporting locations.